here. Michelle, come on. Come on. And Michelle is the reason this book is even half as good as it is. So she helped me take out all the boring stuff. So thank you, Michelle. Now, I always try to learn something from the books that I write, and everything that I learned from Aragon and I learned from Eldest, I tried to put it to use in Brisingr. So it's a much richer book than the first two books in the series, I think. It's much denser, more involved, and I tried a lot of things that I haven't tried before, both with sort of the characters' emotions and the details within the world, but also a little bit structurally as well. For example, one of the things I did is this time I got to write a few chapters from Saphira's point of view. Yeah! And, you know, I was actually a little nervous when I got up to that because I knew that unless I could do it perfectly, it wasn't worth doing at all because she's so important to the series. And also, I mean, really, I had a feeling that if I didn't do it right, she'd jump out of the page and try to eat me, or something like that. But it was a wonderful experience, and I know all of you must have some great questions about the series, and we don't have a lot of time before midnight, but I thought I'd try to answer a few now, and maybe a few later as well. So,
Christopher, we have about 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. So we'll take 3 questions and see what we can do. Yes, in the red shirt. What did I think about the movie? All right. I'll say this. I think it was fantastic a movie was made at all. I mean, so few books are ever adapted to film, so that was nice. But ultimately, the movie represents the filmmaker's vision of the story, just as the books represent my vision of the story. And I leave it to you to decide which one you like best. Yes?
I have to know, I follow your descriptions of Saphira in the book. Never tell. Are her wings and her front legs separate?
Yes. Saphira's wings and her front legs are separate. She has 4 legs and 2 wings. And we'll take one more question here. The girl standing in the aisleway, way in the back. Shout. Did homeschooling have any effect on writing the books? That's a great question. I don't have a lot of time to get into it, but very quickly, it had a huge effect on the series. If I hadn't been homeschooled, I wouldn't have been able to graduate from high school as early as I did, and doing that is what gave me the time to write Aragon. So I'm very, very grateful to my parents for choosing to do that, and you know, I'm sure that although I might have gotten a perfectly good education in a public school, I am glad I was homeschooled. So hope that answers your question.
Christopher, the hour is upon us.
All right. So, one question. Is it? All right, guys, I get to say something. It's midnight! And as of now, this gold dragon has just been released into the wild. So, I'm going to open the very first box of Brisingr. And I happen to have a very large knife with me just to do this with. And I'll come around here. Everyone needs a big knife. It's one of the essential things. All right. And And here we go! Brisingr! Man, you guys are incredible! Alright. So I thought of a bunch of different readings I could do for you tonight, but I got a special treat for you, and I'm probably not going to do this reading again for a while. No, I'm not going to read the end. You'll have to read that on your own. I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs from the first chapter I wrote from Saphira's point of view. This is from page 458, and the chapter is called A Matter of Perspective. Here we go. The wind of morning heat above flat land, which was different from the wind of morning heat above hills, shifted. Saphira adjusted the angle of her wings to compensate for the changes in the speed and pressure of the air that supported her weight thousands of feet above the sun-bathed land below. She closed her double eyelids for a moment, luxuriating in the soft bed of the air, as well as the warmth of the morning rays beating down upon her sinewy length. She imagined how the light must make her scales sparkle, and how those who saw her circling in the sky must marvel at the sight. And she hummed with pleasure, content in the knowledge that she was the most beautiful creature in Alagasia. For who could hope to match the glory of her scales, and her long, tapering tail, and her wings so fair and well-formed, and her curved claws, and her long white fangs with which she could sever the neck of a wild ox with a single bite. Not Glader of the golden scales, who had lost a leg during the fall of the riders, nor could Thorn or Shrukin, for they were both slaves to Galbatorix, and their forced servitude had twisted their minds. A dragon who was not free to do as he or she wished was not a dragon at all. Besides, they were males, and while males might appear majestic, they could not embody the beauty that she did. No, she was the most stunning creature in Alagasia, and that was as it should be. And actually, I'm glad you liked that, and I'm going to do one other reading for you that is my absolute favorite line in the book. It made me laugh when I wrote it. Maybe it'll make you laugh as well. Die, puny human! What's the point of writing if you can't write lines like that? Well, thank you so much, all of you guys. This is incredible. And I know it's late, and you've all been incredibly patient. And we're going to set up here to do the signing. And if you'll be kind enough to hold your seats for a few minutes while we get organized, that would be wonderful. And I'm just going to sign off here for the moment as Aragon would, in the ancient language, Sioner Sverdar Sitya Havas. Or as we might say, may your swords stay sharp. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like a signed book, please stay in your seats. Please stay in your seats. We've got a lot of things to arrange up on stage. So we ask, unless a member of staff asks you to join the signing line, please remain in your seats. Those of you who just want the pre-signed books, you can begin exiting now. Please take all your stuff and go straight to the first floor. They're going to be located behind the cash registers. Thank you once again for coming.